Hello and good morning, everyone. Good to see you here. My name is Paul Tranny, and I want to welcome you to this fine show, fine live stream. It's good to have you here. My name is Paul Tranny. I'm going to dive into what's new, kind of what you need to know. We're going to review a lot of design work, which will be fun, some rebranding, and yeah, just some pointers when it comes to fonts and things like that. So, Susan Wilson, welcome. Biola, Michelle, audio and video is good, fantastic. Chris Olson's in the house. Austin Browning, Stony Braswell. Everybody giving their first and last names. That's a thing that's happening. All right. So how's my hair? We're ready. We got our coffee. Let's get to work, shall we? And just kind of kick it off with our guests, as you can see right here. Right by my head. There we are. Magic of Vector Brushes with Delta Tango Mike, this is actually 2 of 2, just so you know, today. And I've really enjoyed his Skull series, which has been cool. So he's been working in fresco. It's been awesome, but you could also do, you can have even more vector flexibility in Illustrator on iPad, but yeah, whatever you want to do. It's like the flexibility is there. So let's just share my screen real fast. And plain dark vanilla tea. Hey, I would be down with that. I think I need to switch it up. I would love to have some tea. All right. Oh, there goes my chair. Here I am. So yeah, Delta Tango Mike has been doing a fun, I like his Skull series. I'm just jumping out to his Behance page, and again, this is that Skull series that I think is so cool. So, and what's cool about this is like, yeah, you have your base, and then you get to do a fun series of skulls, which I honestly might even do this. I really want to do this. So I want to do Paul's version of this, and of course give Mike credit for inspiring me because I think it's so cool. Just my own version, which would be super fun. So yeah, and he does a lot of live streams. We can see the Scully series right here, as you can tell. Super fun. Hopefully you guys have been liking that. Look at all this. So much fun. Come on now. Super cool. The creative genius. Yes. Cool. So yeah, hopefully you've attended many of his streams. You can learn a lot from him. And he's pretty darn amazing. So I am here for this. Also, we have designing and I actually have it up right here, designing a crypto trading app with Sharon Onyeni. I'm probably not, her name is Sharon. So this will be good, right? Again, I honestly did not watch it yesterday, but Sharon, I'm sure, is going to deliver the goods around XD. So feel free to connect with her. She has some YouTube videos, which is cool. So she's a good presenter. So there you have it. Boom, boom. All of her stuff like so. So anyways, you get the idea. Sharon's up. Let's just kind of go through these last 2 as well. So this is Wednesday and Thursday of this week. And just checking chat and ooh, you can do one and be a contributor to the Scully collection. Oh, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Thank you, Bliss. Ah, what a great idea. I absolutely love it. So, totally down. But we'll take a look at Wednesday and Thursday, just so you know. We'll get started in photo composite with Dami Adebayo. And I hope that is 100% correct on what is happening. Just so you know, you can always scroll down on this page, and hopefully you're joining me on Behance. Because, yeah. Yeah. Or Dami Weird Creative, as he's also known. So just making sure I had that correct. And yes, it is correct. So, super fun. We could kind of take a look at his work just to get us inspired and just kind of see what we're into. Like, that's what I'm interested in. It's like, yeah, I kind of want to jump out and see what Dami has to provide when it comes to compositing. And we can take a look at some more advanced one. Here's a lovely black and white, which you think it would be easy to composite black and white. It's not always that easy. But here's a fun composite, as you can tell. Octopus attack. Don't you hate it when octopuses attack? That's like the worst. You're going about your day, and out of nowhere, an octopus attacks you. All right, that happens. So I think for Dammy, I would love to see just like a little more description on what's going on here, because I don't know who London Low is. And yeah, I want to based on the artwork. So I love all this surreal stuff. Super fun. So super cool what we can learn there. Thank you so much for posting that. Cody Bear, appreciate it. You can see that link. Yay, another Nigerian. Oh, can you tell? Maybe you kind of can tell by the last name. That's more of a Nigerian last name. I am not sure, but either way, super cool. And tell me all these colors aren't fun as you kind of scroll down. So fun, as you can see. And maybe I feel like people are not afraid to use color, people like from other countries. So, you know, again, Nigeria, sort of South Africa, stuff like that. They're not afraid of color. And I think in the US, we get afraid of color. I don't know why. Also, we have package design pro tips with Tanya Carr. And let's take a look at her work as well. Switch over. Tanya's work. This is, again, Wednesday and Thursday. Bam! Look at that. Never mind. Savannah, Georgia. Look at all these colors. Beautiful. You wouldn't think that these two colors would go together, like this red and pink. I'm like, you gotta know what you're doing if you're gonna combine red and pink, which is just so bold, and it works. And like this violates all the color theory that I know. Or does it? It's like it all works, especially putting yellow on top of something, right? She had to scale back the yellow. The yellow, she could easily make this a little bit more muddy or a little bit too bright, and it would vibrate too much. But I just want to compliment Tanya on her color. I'm just like really into this. All this color, the 36 days of type. As you can see, using Illustrator and Photoshop, you're making me sick. Look at this. I'm surprised some 3D is not involved. It probably is, but super cool what you can see here. Yeah, I can see your true colors. Look at this. Oh, I was just dealing with this. Oh, look at that. That's so fun. Yeah, basically that should be the David statue. What is it titled? Titled Monolithic. Obviously, yeah, 3D. Super cool. In fact, I'll give you a preview because I was just working on something as well. Here's my version of David that I was just rendering out. So it's really funny that came up, huh? Serendipitous. So super cool. Yeah, follow good old Tanya Carr's work and actually just get to know her this Thursday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So tomorrow and the day after. So that'd be cool. All right. Hello, Susan Wilson. Bruce Gonzalez is in the house. Bruce, I feel like it's been a second since I've seen you or said your name, and I want to welcome you here and, yeah, to say hello. But let's dive into news if we can right now. Welcome back, everybody. Hello, Bruce is here. It's so fun to see people like, and I know we've never met in real life, but man, wouldn't that be nice if we meet in real life? That'd be awesome. First thing I want to kind of point out as we, again, sorry to be so Apple-centric, but this is some news that's happening. Apple software update lets users create burner email addresses. Super excited about this. If your email has become virtually useless, I'm looking forward to making a new email address to just burner email addresses. Basically, as simple as going in and sort of doing a hide my email. Create a burner email address to use. And I don't know what you can think. Maybe that's controversial, right? Because I feel like oftentimes you give your email address in exchange for something, but also at the same time, they could turn around and sell that, and that's not cool. But you get the idea. Burner addresses, I'm looking forward to that. Burner email addresses from good old Apple. quite a few other updates that I kind of want to look at. I want to kind of point out the Pringles update because that's just fun to look at, right? Sort of the simplified, and we can see all brands are kind of going this way. We went through the 90s, and the 90s was all about like, adding a bevel and like, it's like Burger King, just adding all that angle and pop and things like that. And we've gone to this phase of just like simplifying things. And I think social media and us really viewing our screens has driven a lot of this. Like viewing everything through this small window has required us to simplify. He did lose his hair, which I'm not sure about that, poor guy. Lost his hair. Maybe it's way in the back of his head. Maybe it was a toupee to begin with. I don't know. I'm not here to judge. But I don't know what you think about the updated. I really like this sort of like bow tie look. Looks really cool. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on with Pringles. And that's just one of many. I'll just kind of click at the best redesigns of the summer. And I can take this from Dialine and I'll just copy and paste it into chat because this will be fun to take a look at. And this is from the Dialine. Haagen-Dazs updating their branding, doing these fun swirls, which I feel like I do a lot of these in Illustrator, right? Sort of this pseudo gold, right? With these soft tones, like these swirls for strawberry ice cream. Like I mentioned a second ago, again, even Campbell's going through this simplification process, the original to the rebrand, right? Subtle, but you would probably notice this, like as a designer or creative, going in the store, you'll be able to tell. App icon logos may be too simplified. Yeah, so Clever, you bring up a good point. So can they be too simplified? Sure. But also when everybody's going left, you need to go right because that's how you're going to actually stand out at the end of the day. So you got to be aware of trends hitting that breaking point of just being overused. But anyways, I don't know what you guys think of this. I think it's nice and elegant, and I'm into it. Okay. Pearl Fisher branding, again, before and after, still just another example of simplicity and design, right? Absolute Vodka. Oh, I don't even know what this is saying here. Absolute's always been simple. And I wish they showed the original, but here again, just simplified design, as you can tell. Design, Oikos. Again, simplified design. I think this is a really crowded marketplace. Is yogurts, right? So how can you stand out? Is this working? I always love when they do like sort of the playful in and out with type and photography like they're doing right here. All right, so you kind of check that out for yourself. And I just thought it'd be fun to kind of share some brand updates from these various brands. And yeah, now you're in the know, which is cool. All right, so again, that was from Dialine, just so you know. And let's continue. Okay, Haagen-Dazs ice cream. Fairy likes Haagen-Dazs, and it will make you poor because it's so expensive. That's funny. Some things, man, it's like treat yourself, you know? It's like that's like you taking care of you, and I think that's what we all need to do these days. Like, just take care of yourself, man. If it takes a pint of ice cream, you know? I mean, in everything in moderation, but heck, ice cream's awesome. Can I just say that? Vodka is awesome, Reverb Mike. So this is Visual Conversations. You could actually jump out to it just so you know, maxvisualconversations.com. So here's where you can, again, the current theme is design, which is why I wanted to point this out. You can jump in and you get to upload or create a pattern or a cover or more with less and have a visual conversation. All you do is upload an image, which I think is super cool. So I've been working on the more with less, right? Because I think that's kind of the current trend now anyways. It's like doing more with less. Plus, I absolutely love Victoria Seymour. She is just so cool. I just really like Victoria. She is so awesome. Her photography works amazing. But here again, join the conversation. You click the upper right, you can go ahead, choose a file, right? from my desktop. And again, does this really count as more with less? But, you know, ultimately I'll upload something. That's how you get sort of involved in this visual conversation. So I think that's going to be pretty fun, and my plan is to get it done today. So that's what's happening. All right. Thank you, Cody Bear. And again, we just launched that, so you'll see more of these. And I think it's just a cool way to get involved. Whatever gets you inspired and like whatever prompt you are inspired by, like Delta Tango Mike's Skull series, the Scullies. Yeah, totally inspired by that. All right. And also, just so you know, you could always kind of hit me up and let me know if you have any news in your life or whatever you're creating design-wise, or if you just see something cool out there, whether it's news, design, or resources. I would love to hear it. That would be fantastic. Okay. So let's dive into All right. Notice how I cut myself off there. But again, I like this stuff, this abstract work. Let's take a look at it on my screen. This is like, again, I say this a lot, but I'm like, I think the future of design, or like 3D, really gets highlighted in the hands of a designer, right? So yeah, you could do some fun flat strokes in Photoshop, right? Not that I'm working on anything right now. I was earlier, but like, isn't this like next level sort of brushes and fabrics? Like this sort of texture is like so inspiring. So hopefully it inspires you, like, and hopefully you can like think about taking things to the next level. It looks like a fabric. It kind of looks like a brush. It looks like a flower. I don't know what it is, but for me, it's inspiring. And you know what? It can just call it abstract and throw it out there. And hopefully you guys are into that. And again, some high quality renders, right? Use those design sensibilities, make something cool like we can see right here. And again, this was not only made with Photoshop, but Houdini, Cinema 4D, right? To create the modeling. And then XParticles is also being used, which I don't have Houdini or XParticles, but again, hopefully that's inspiring. Let's take a look at something else that's kind of fun also. And oh yeah, by the way, let me just try to get back up here to the top. Sean, what do you think? Umacore loves it. So this is by Markus Kanzler, right, from Germany. So give him a follow. Then we have the Flamingo Flamenco from Alexei in Russia. So we'll give Alexei a follow. But this is really fun. Just a fun, interesting book that they published. And I just love the quality of it. Look at this lettering. Isn't it great? Right? And notice how everything kind of has a texture, that black to yellow, right? Just has a fun look. And it seems like an awesome book, and I'm totally into it. So, and I think it's super clever. So there you have it. Again, gotta respect these people. Well done design, super cool, and even some of the sketches as well. So yeah, I aspire to be people like these guys. So good. Look at that, even a little animated GIF, right? I aspire to just produce a project with an animated GIF in it at the end. Just something fun to play with. But Alexei, awesome work. So you get the idea. Just so you know, you could always go to behance.net and you're going to have your feed filled up with good stuff. Chris Georginas is in the house. I could see Chris doing something like this, man. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Like, just the added texture that was in that project was like super cool. But like I said, you have For You, and then you have a Discover section that obviously you could dig into your specific category. If you're interested in Illustrator or Type, right, you could see a number of those projects. And I wouldn't be surprised if either one of those popped up in your stream. But now let's take a look at, let's jump into some pro tips. And actually the font of the week, why not? Because these go hand in hand, right? Have this font, Kontiki, right? So that's my font of the week because I'm just like really into this stylish alternates, right? But again, like I said, this goes hand in hand with our pro tips, stylistic alternates. Let's share my screen and just kind of show you a couple things that kind of will help when you're doing design. There's my cool guy. Yeah, still working on him. But right over here. So we know about alternates, right? So when we're in Photoshop, we might have our text, right? And a lot of times, by the way, let me move my big head over. So sorry. We have these alternates that actually pop up like right here. This gives us our alternates, say, for the L. So we could extend that out for anything that we select. Sometimes this box, if you think this box is annoying, right, because I accidentally clicked on it, it's like, oh, I'm just trying to change the text. It can be hard to work with, right? I get it. Right, let's do something fancy on this end. You could always turn off these alternates from popping up. Just so you know, that's in preferences. Go down to type, and right in here you can say, hey, you know what? Don't give me those type layer glyph alternates, right? If they're getting in the way. So you could always turn that off. Obviously, there's alternates that we can see, say for the T, they pop up. Maybe you want to turn it off in your preferences and then just have it on in your glyphs panel. So this is actually where it will what is my problem? Alternates for selection. Right, let's select that again. Here's my alternates for current selections. You can always have just that panel open, obviously see it. This is what I wanted to get. I'm into it, Reverb Mike. Your font of the week is spicy, into it. But this is what I also wanted to point out, is you have alternate glyphs that don't necessarily pop up within here. And it's often when you combine two letters. And again, I point out sort of Kontiki, this font, for instance. And let's just kind of take off the end, for instance. Let's do con, right? And we'll type in T and we'll try to highlight it. And there's no alternate. We'll open this up. Look at your entire font for the ones selected. And then not for all fonts, but a lot of times there will be design. First off, if I go in here, there might be some design favorites. Or stylistic alternates, which is what we're looking at. But look at the entire font, and a lot of times you will see these goodies down here. It's like, okay, well, this is what I want. I want T. There we go, TI. Right? I would not know that existed if I didn't have my glyphs panel open, is all I'm saying. So type K, type I, there it is, boom. Do we have an alternate for I? Well, not necessarily, not for this I. But that's why I like Kontiki, is because you have all these different type lockups that come with different fonts. Another one, and I can't remember who talked about it last week, but the Laka font has some of these, type lockups as well, as we can see right here. That kind of locked up. So you could use these rather than manipulating everything in Illustrator. It's already built into the font. So I love how some of the fonts also have ornaments. Exactly right. I think it's funny when you have like fonts that they'll sneak in their brand. This one doesn't have them, but sometimes they will have the logo of the designer in the font. Oh, there we go. Jukebox. What's that all about? So they snuck in the logo of the company or the people who've made it. I assume that's what that is, Jukebox. So again, good on them. That's cool. Kontiki. Now you know. If you want a tiki-based font, now you have it. And that's currently probably my favorite font. So you guys get the idea. Yeah. And now you know. Yes, you could also find similar fonts out in the real world with Adobe Capture. Photoshop will do it as well. You could make your own fonts, and what your font can contain are just a bunch of icons that you use a lot. So, yeah, you could use font self to do that, right? So that's all I got for you. I really appreciate you guys. I kind of leave you with some just of these resources as well. Yeah, I usually sign up for like Raw Pixel and stuff because they send me free images every week, and I like getting that email. So super cool. Well, that is it for me. So just want to leave you guys with, of course, what's up next, which is Tileable Textures with Sam Peterson, the one and only. So that'll be fun. It's fun seeing him work in Photoshop. Good old Mike doing his vector brushes today as well. So appreciate you guys. You guys take care out there. Be safe, huh? Be kind to one another, huh? Giving you all a virtual hug. Virtual hug. This was also sponsored by Nike. Just kidding. But thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate you. Hit me up via the social medias, and we can kind of continue this conversation. Thanks so much, everybody. See ya.